Hey, what's up guys? So for the past couple weeks I've been looking to get a MacBook, and as you know they run to about $1,200 to $1,500, and well, that's not in my budget. So I decided to go ahead and try to install Mac OS X Snow Leopard on one of my older laptops. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do it as well, and let's see where it goes. So today I'm using a Toshiba Satellite L305. As you can see right there, it has an Intel Celeron processor, 1 gig of RAM, 160 gigabyte hard drive, a 15.4 inch screen, the wireless, and a DVD Super multi-drive. So this is one of my older ones, and the Mac OS X disk I'm using is iAtgos S3 version 2. So what you want to go ahead and do is first put the disk in, and once you put that in, you'll see the chameleon at the top, and you'll see the picture of the disk, and you'll see that the status is running down. So you want to hit F8, and then when you see the disk, type -V and let it load, and then you'll see it'll start scripting something, and then it'll go to a black screen, and you'll see just a bunch of words. So just let it go, and you'll eventually reach this window. So right here I'm gonna go ahead and choose English. You choose whichever language works for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit the arrow. So right here it might take a couple of seconds because the disk was stopped and it has to be read again. And on here, when you're installing the actual Mac OS X software, it's a little slower because it's running the programs off the disk instead of off your hard drive. So for one thing you want to know for this is my hard drive, it's a SATA hard drive. So what you want to make sure is you go into BIOS and change your hard drive so it works with AHCI, because I believe this is my third time trying this, and I've messed up twice because it would show me a the symbol for like no smoking, the circle with the line going through it. It would show me that when I'm trying to boot Mac OS X, and it wouldn't go through. So anyways, what you want to go after you've done that, and once it loads, you want to go into utilities up here, and then hit disk utilities. Now for this, I'm not going to show you guys how to do dual boot it, but I can give you the basic steps in order to get it to dual boot. So once it's done actually opening up this window, you got your main disks right up there, and there you go. And then as you can see up here, this is my main hard drive, and then these are just 3 different partitions underneath it. So first I'll just show you, if you want to dual boot it, I'll show you what you should do. Basically choose the hard drive, the main hard drive, not your partitions, and then once you choose the main hard drive, as you can see right here, mine's 160.04 Toshiba right there. You want to go ahead and choose partition right here, and then you'll see this right here, your volume scheme. So what you want to do is just change the current to whichever how many partitions you want to change it to, and then once it's done, you install the Mac OS X onto one partition, and then Windows onto another, or Linux onto another, whichever you're doing. But for this one, I'm just installing Mac as my primary OS, so I'm just going to go ahead and choose that. And then the next thing you want to do is go ahead and choose erase at the top. And then for this, you want to make sure the format is Mac OS Extended Journaled, and you want to change the name to Mac. For this, there's like a whole bunch of other choices. I believe the other ones don't work as well, so you just want to stick with the Mac OS X Extended Journaled. So go ahead and hit erase, and then hit erase again. Go ahead and turn that a little bit. There you go. So it takes a couple of seconds to erase it and then mount the disk back on, so don't worry about that, just let it do its thing. And then once that's done, go ahead and exit out of disk utility, and then you'll be back to the menu here, and just go ahead and hit continue. And then once you hit continue, you'll see just your whole message from the developers of AI goes, as well as your traditional Apple agreement information, all that stuff. You can read it if you want to, otherwise just hit the arrow for next. Okay, and then once that's done, you're going to see two things: your disk and then your hard drive. So mine is Mac, so I'm going to hit that and then hit customize. Don't hit install yet, because we have to make sure it boots up. So for bootloader, you can go ahead and change this. It's automatically set to ACER BLN version 1.1.9. I'm gonna change it to PCEFI version 10.6. You can use a Chameleon version 2, RC5, or RC4, whichever works for you. And then the next thing I'm gonna use is, or touch, is drivers. Everything else looks good, so we want to make sure it actually works. So I'm gonna go into SATA/IDE. So you want to go from drivers, then main hardware, and then SATA/IDE. And this is what you want to check if you don't know how to get into your BIOS or how to change it in your BIOS. It's basically AHCI SATA, which turns on AHCI from your BIOS setup. Or if you don't have the option for AHCI, you can also use this one, then tell SATA/IDE. So once that's done, just close that back up, but stay in main hardware. The sound should already be checked for these two, Voodoo HDA and Apple HDA 10.6.2. And for PS2, just change this to Voodoo/PS Voodoo PS/2. And then for laptop hardware, because I'm using a laptop, I'm gonna add the battery, card reader, and TSC sync. Right there, that's done. And then one other thing you want to do is go into network. And if you're running a laptop, you just want to make sure you choose the correct wireless card for your laptop, because if you don't install a wireless card for your laptop, it's not gonna let you get onto the internet. And if you're using a wired connection, go ahead and choose wired, and then just do the same thing. Just make sure you're choosing the right one that works for your laptop. And then otherwise, go ahead and close that. Go ahead and close that. And now we're at the basic menu. And then if you want to, you can just change the language translations, as you can see right there, whichever works for you. And then otherwise, that's all set. Go ahead and hit OK, and then we'll go ahead and hit install. So now what it's going to go ahead and do is install the Mac OS X onto our laptop. And obviously, as this is a modified version of Mac OS X, it's not going to ask us to check the disk. And it says it takes about 18 minutes. It actually takes about maybe half an hour to an hour at the most to install it. So in about half an hour, I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Okay, so when the installation is done, you'll get to this screen right here where it shows a check, and it's gonna automatically restart the computer. So we give it a couple of minutes, and it should bring up a black screen with there you go, now it's going into it. So yeah, there's a black screen that I'm talking about with the writing on it. It's just running the last of the things needed to turn off the computer and move on. Almost done, and there you go. So at the bottom it says you can reset your computer now. So we'll just let it do it itself, and it should all be. Oh, sorry about that, camera's falling. There we go. And go ahead and manually restart it. Okay, so restarting the laptop now, and my laptop boots the CD drive first, so it's gonna show the installation screen like this again, just go ahead and hit F8, and this time you see there's 3 hard drives and the disk. So these are just 2 extra hard drives that I have, and then this is the Mac hard drive which I just installed, so we'll go ahead and hit enter on that. So it's going to go ahead and do some stuff, and as you can see right there, the Apple logo, the traditional booting up screen, and then you can see the spinning wheel. So we'll just wait until it's done installing or done loading. It shouldn't take too long, but you know, it can take a couple minutes since it's not a true MacBook, and since it's a modified version. And for these kind of modification installations of Mac OS X onto an Intel based PC or laptop, or basically any Windows laptop, it's basically a hit and miss. Like, you have to customize it so it works with your laptop. You can what I showed you in my video won't necessarily work for you. You have to switch it around and get it to work for yours. So it's usually just up to you to work with it, and you know, nothing wrong can happen. If you install the wrong thing during the installation and something happens, you can always just reinstall Mac OS X, knowing that okay, not to choose this option and choose a different one. But anyways, what I showed you in this video is basically the necessary applications or the necessary software that you need to get it up and running. Like I said, you know, you have to choose which one will work for your laptop or your PC, and who knows, like you could be using a more expensive one than mine, a less expensive or similar to mine, and they all will work just different. So it looks like it's taking a little while. I've read that this version actually takes a while to actually boot into the actual software, but I wasn't expecting it to take this long. But yeah, we'll just wait. Oh, as you can see, it's froze and we are in now. So my mouse right there, so my mouse is working. Sound, as you can hear it now. Go ahead and continue. Keyboard, so it read my keyboard is working. Don't want to transfer, so continue. I won't register now, I'll register later. Go ahead and put in my like that, no password. And basically the setup mode is done. So everything's set. You see the blue screen, and we will now go ahead and check it out. Let's see if the wireless is working. Actually, the wireless might not work because while the Mac OS X was installing, I found out that I actually installed the wrong driver for it, so it probably won't work. But you know, like I said, it's a hit and miss. So just because I installed the wrong driver, it's not going to mess up anything on my hard drive or my software or my hardware actually. But now I have to go back and either reinstall the whole thing again, or just look for it on my PC and transfer it over. But as you can see right here, we got the full Mac. You know, it's full speed. It's not being lagged anywhere. Go ahead and show you about this Mac. And as you can see right there, 10.6.3 processor, 2.16, 1 gig of RAM. So as you can see, it does work. And this is basically the end of this video. Like I said, you just have to customize it so it works for yours. Otherwise, have fun using it, guys. So this is the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Check out my blog, appleshowdown.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter. Add me on Game Center. You know, just the usual stuff. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Peace out.